So, this is round 3 of the Milton Keynes Premier Challenge, and I'm going to be against Radon, which is theoretically a very good matchup for this team, but he has a Gastrodon, so that makes things a little bit awkward. So I'm going to lead off with Gengar and Rayquaza, and he's going to lead off with his Rayquaza and Landorus. So I'm pretty free to just Icy Wind here. And I definitely want to Mega Evolve my Gengar, because if I get the Icy Wind off, then they're both trapped in, and then I just Icy Wind again. So I think I'm in a really, really nice position here. Now it does show that he is max speed because his airlock went first. I'm pretty sure that's what I just saw. But I'm going to Mega Evolve my Gengar, as I just said. And I want to Extreme Speed to break any potential Focus Sash. And if he did Mega Evolve, then my Rayquaza airlock would prevent his Delta Stream from being active. So Icy Wind would be very effective. But he is a Scarf Landorus, so obviously I'm going to flinch. But I don't flinch. So that was really lucky. But that was really unlucky. So I missed the Rayquaza. I am used Mega Gengar enough to know whether that would have knocked it out or not, but if it didn't, it put it in Extreme Speed or Bullet Punch range if my Rayquaza gets knocked out, which it will be doing right here, because Dragon Scent will be targeting the Rayquaza, but that's fine, because they're both trapped in. Landorus is at -1, Gengar still outspeeds Rayquaza, so I am in a very, very nice position, even though I had to trade my Rayquaza for that. So I can just bring in my Sizzle here, and I just Bullet Punch, an Icy Wind, and it's a double knockout. Now, he could have protected, but he told me afterwards that he was fearing Feint, so he attacked, and that worked out very nicely for me. I am able to connect with both Icy Winds this time, and I do get the double knockout. So now, I've effectively traded my Rayquaza for a Rayquaza and a Landorus. A Choice Scarf Landorus as well, which can flinch you to death, so I think that's a pretty good trade. So he's going to have his Gengar and his Gastrodon as his last two, so no Groudon, which is probably the smart decision given that you're facing a Ryoga team. Now here, I thought that he would definitely, because I knew he was Mega Gengar, I was certain he would protect his Gengar and Earth Power mine. So, I protect my Gengar, but he makes a very, very nice play. This is a very hard read right here. Because he was a slower Gengar, I could have easily Shadow Balls and knocked out his Gengar, but he is actually going to double up onto my Sizzle, which is very, very nice. And Super Power does a very reasonable amount of damage. I wasn't actually expecting it to do that much. But it is Life Orb, it is 120 base power. But there we go, double with the Sizzle, that was lovely. I really appreciate that play from him. It does put me in a little bit of an awkward position because I do have my Kyogre in the back, so it's not going to be the best against the Gastrodon, and I don't know whether he is not max speed with his Gengar or if he is or not. If he isn't, then I just pretty much win this match. Because most Gastrodons are Assault Vest, so I end up Shadow Balling the Gastrodon, because it would put it in Ice Beam range of his Assault Vest, and I Water Spout with my Kyogre. It ends up he is max speed, because I'm also max speed, and he does knock out my Gengar first, but I did go for Water Spout just to cover for the fact that he could be max speed as well and win the speed tie, because even with the Storm Drain, the Gastrodon shouldn't be able to two-shot my Kyogre. So I do boost its power, but Water Spout is easily a KO on his Gengar, so I put myself in a position where he was definitely losing Gengar this turn. And he does go for Earth Power, so it's going to be iffy whether he can knock me out or not. If he gets a special defense drop, possibly with the crit, but now I feel like I've won. Like, Ice Beam will be a two-shot, which is... He's got Mirror Coat! No! No! I might have done enough damage to knock myself out! But I didn't. So that was quite fortunate. Another Ice Beam is enough to knock him out. So, that was pretty close. Like, the Landorus not flinching was very nice. Missing the Rayquaza wasn't as nice, but it didn't really make a difference in the end, because I managed to hit it. It didn't protect on my Bullet Punch, so it didn't make a difference. And then losing the Speed Type Gengar would have been bad if I'd have potentially crit the Ice Beam at the end. It's an interesting issue. If I'd have crit his Gastrodon, I might have lost, because Mirror Coat would have done more damage and knocked me out. So that was quite interesting, but there we go. I'm 3-0 in the tournament now with 2 rounds left, so I should theoretically cut even if I lose my next 2 matches. So I'm in a really good position. So, on to game 4.